The Venue is a true unisex car. It looks suitably butch and macho, yet it is so adorable you just want to pinch its cheeks. Hi guys, Eric here, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry for the odd camera angle, it is because the wind is atrocious and this is the only way you will be able to hear me. Today we will be having a look at this brand new 2021 Hyundai Venue 1 litre turbo fluid. Not only that, but this is the limited edition model. It is fitted with a two-tone interior, to which we will get back to, a strong 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo engine, and a dual clutch transmission. Finally, something to take on the German. But it is rather pricey. Is it worth it? A huge thanks is due to everyone at My Ride Hyundai Hermanus for lending me this Venue limited edition for review. They are based in Sandby's industrial area and they have a massive range of new vehicles, including the brand new i20. Go check it out, you will not regret it. With the SUV boom bigger than ever, it was only a matter of time before they were going to release smaller and smaller crossovers. We have now reached the point where you get SUVs that are under 4 meters long, much like this Venue we have here. Considering this segment is quite new, there isn't much history to be covered when it comes to this little Hyundai, but it is an interesting small crossover. The Venue we get here in South Africa is imported from India, much like almost every single one of its rivals. It is based on a derived platform from the Hyundai Accent. Currently, there is only one engine option available, a 1 litre turbocharged 3-cylinder engine that produces a healthy 88 kilowatt and 172 Nm of torque. There will be a 1.2 litre naturally aspirated model coming later in the year. You have a choice of a 6-speed manual, which is great for this segment, or a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. It comes equipped with a lot of safety features too. Across the range you get 2 airbags, electronic stability control, anti-lock brakes with electronic brake distribution, traction control, a reversing camera, rear park distance control, and heel hold assist. It also received a 4 out of 5 stars crash test rating from Global NCAP. From the outside, it straddles the line of being butch as well as adorable very well. What's more, it doesn't look like any other car in its segment. It follows the design language of a Jimny much more than it does a T-Cross. In profile, it looks suitably capable with a wheel in each corner design and raised ride height. These alloys do a great job of making the Venue look modern and youthful. Then at the back, it reminds me quite a bit of a Renault Duster as well as a Jeep Renegade. Hyundai's styling department did an excellent job of making this car look capable as well as premium. It is so nice to see such a gorgeous interior in an entry-level SUV. Especially with this two-tone blue on cream interior on this limited edition model. But it goes much deeper than that. Hyundai has earned a reputation for making cars with very solid interiors. And even though the Venue is from India, it is no exception. The general design of the Venue is rather simplistic but thoroughly modern and even a bit premium. At first glance, this might be due to the 8-inch infotainment system that is semi-integrated into the dash and the aforementioned two-tone plastics. But as with most premium cars, it is in the attention to detail. The housing for this infotainment screen is piano black plastics, and all air vents are framed with a thin silver painted plastic. Even the levers that control the direction of airflow are a mixture of piano black and silver. It looks really good. The climate controls are a mixture of matte black, gloss black, and silver plastics, which really adds to the premium feel of the car, even if it isn't real metal. All these small details really do make a big difference. The infotainment screen is really well integrated into the dash, but it must be said the colors are a bit muted and the graphics aren't industry leading. Thankfully, it is really responsive to my touch and loading times are kept very low. It is also fitted with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. What's more, the standard 6-speaker sound system packs a surprising punch. The door panel is rather simplistic in its design. It is devoid of any soft touch plastics, but this is true for most of its rivals. As standard, you get front and rear electric windows with driver one touch, as well as electrically adjustable mirrors that can fold in. The buttons are nice and big and very well labelled. You also get a well padded door armrest that is finished in a cream faux leather. This, combined with a similarly coloured plastic trim, does a great job of breaking up the wall of blue plastics. You can tell, however, that this isn't Hyundai's flagship. The door handle isn't made of metal, it is made of plastic, and the buttons could feel a bit more expensive. Lastly, the door pockets are rather small. Thankfully, the opening is wide and you can fit a small bottle of water in it. The steering wheel, however, is a different story. It looks suitably premium. Its rim is wrapped in leather and accented with white top stitching as part of the limited edition package. All the buttons for the stereo control, the cruise control and the trip computer are beautifully dampened and a joy to push. The only thing lacking for me is a bit of brushed aluminium trim. Also, the steering is only adjustable for rake and not reach, which means getting a comfortable driving position can be a bit tough. Thankfully, the stalks that control the wipers, indicators and lights are very clearly labelled and they give decent dampening. Move your gaze upwards and you're greeted with very attractive dials. They are extremely clear and easy to read, but they also have great detailing, like the silver rim and the thin checkered board trim piece around it. The circle that houses the speedometer is also home to the fuel level, and the rev counter shares its space with the water temperature gauge. In between the two dials, you find a monocolor drives information display. It displays full trip computer information as well as gearbox temperature, outside temperature, as well as what gear you are in. Then we get to the seats. These must be some of the most beautiful seats I have seen in a long time. It is a mixture of blue fabric, silver accents, blue faux leather, white top stitching, and, just like a Range Rover Autobiography, white piping. It looks fantastic. This doesn't mean that the seats from the regular Fluid model look boring. They have their own unique design touches. These seats are adjustable for height, and even though they are a bit on the firm side, they offer good side bolstering. Now for the practical side of things. The venue storage solutions for the front passengers are great. You have access to a decently sized glove box that is undampened and air-cooled, a wide opening above said glove box, a large open area in front of the gear lever, perfect for these massive phones we're carrying around lately, a smaller space behind the gear lever that is great for keys or coins. Then there are two narrow, if rather deep, cup holders, a small but deep space underneath the center armrest, as well as the aforementioned door pockets and a small compartment integrated into the door's grab handle. All in all, not bad at all. Get in the back, and just like in the new Grand i10, I am really surprised by the amount of knee and headroom. The rear seats also have the same beautiful detailing as you find in the front, and you get your very own rear climate vents. These vents look great as they are the exact same design as the ones you find in the front. Rear storage solutions aren't amazing though. You do have access to a rear door pocket that is big enough for a bottle of water, a compartment integrated into the door grab handle, a pocket behind the passenger seat but not the driver's seat, and that's it. The rear bench is also rather firm, but you can slide your feet underneath the front seat. This makes a huge difference in comfort. The boot opening is on par with its rivals at 355 litres. It's curious though, as it lacks some features that you get on the smaller and cheaper Grand i10, like grocery hooks and tethering hooks. The biggest misstep though is the lack of a 60-40 split of the rear seats. This can hinder practicality greatly. It is also rather tricky to lower the single bench, as you have to tug on two strings on either side of the car. This can feel quite awkward. The utility space is very big though. However, you do have a big ridge to hinder through loading, as well as a load lip that makes lifting heavy things over it quite a challenge. This is true for most of its rivals though. So far, so good. How is it in the venue when you start to drive it though? It is so nice to see that the venue is equipped with a dual clutch transmission. Finally, something to take on that smug T-Cross. It isn't a bad gearbox either, particularly from pull-away, because it doesn't give so much slip as some other gearboxes. It is partly because of the gearbox that the venue is such a joy to drive around town. Well, that, a very peppy engine, relatively small dimensions, a tight turning circle, and great all-round visibility. Then there are the electronic aids. Electronic stability control, anti-lock brakes, electronic brake distribution, rear park distance control, and a reversing camera. All the controls feel nice and light, and the brakes feel strong but not grabby. The gearbox is beautifully mated to the engine, which makes weaving in and out of rush hour traffic a breeze. Quite a boon for this segment. Low speed ride is on the firm side, but it isn't uncomfortable by any means, and it is well dampened. The only thing that I noticed though is that the engine noise, especially at idle and under acceleration, is rather loud. Thankfully, it is a noise of the characterful 3-cylinder engine, and it isn't too intrusive. Out on the twisties, and you'll be surprised by the lack of body roll. The gearbox also does an excellent job of keeping the engine on the boil. The brakes are strong enough to slow you down when entering a corner, and the engine is strong enough to push you back out of them. With the exception of the steering that lacks some feel and feedback, this car is quite fun to drive around more demanding roads. Out on the open road, and you do notice some road noise and tyre roar entering the cabin. It is by no means of unacceptable levels, but it isn't best in class. Thankfully, you do have enough power to overtake swiftly when the opportunity arises. One thing to keep in mind, however, when it comes to the venue is its price. This segment is filled to the brim with excellent offerings from Nissan, VW, Suzuki, Toyota, Renault, and Kia. And while this isn't the most expensive product, it is up there. Thankfully, there is a naturally aspirated 1.2 litre engine coming to our shores that will be less expensive than the current range. Also included in the price across the range is an industry-leading 7-year 200,000 kilometer warranty, as well as a 3-year 45,000 kilometer service plan. Be sure to shop around. You are truly spoiled for choice here. And if a classy car with a beautifully built cabin, a strong engine and a long warranty is up your alley, then this car might just be for you. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. I truly enjoy making them, and if you enjoy watching them, be sure to give me a like, as it makes a huge difference. If you haven't already, also remember to subscribe to my channel for more excellent content. If you are interested in some behind the scenes and a peek into my personal life, be sure to follow me on my social media platforms, links in the description box below. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Until next time, bye.